Got ya. Looks like you've been fully boosted. Good luck with your mutations. Yeah, how you enjoying those little nanobots, Don't get too close to one of those towers. All right, just kidding. It was just a placebo. It was empty. I had the cap on. No, I was kidding. All right. This should be a fun stream because I'm gonna try and focus almost entirely on the chat. I'm gonna try not to talk like this and ignore the chat because then I don't see it. So I'm gonna try to look at the chat, talk to the chat, and we're gonna chit chat. Not everyone understands what's going on with me right now. There's some people who are confused, and rightfully so. So I want to clear up any confusion. I'm really good at explaining myself. The truth is really easy to explain. So anytime anyone wants to start asking me stuff, we'll go ahead and get started. But first, let's go ahead and start with a ceremonial tokishi of the spolskishi. And I want to see 20 thumbs up before we even get started because that's how we do it around here. We have to stroke the algorithm so that the algorithm strokes us back. Shit, I think if you say algorithm, you instantly get shadow banned. Fuck, if you say shadow banned, then you're totally shadow banned. I said it twice. Shit. So yeah, 20 thumbs up, and we're going to get started. I already see one question that says, are you an actor? No, I've never done any sort of television, anything for money. Never any sort of acting for money. I've played many music gigs for money. Professional musician, yes. Actor, no. And I'm a YouTuber, but that I'm not acting. I'm actually being myself. So this is me being me on YouTube. I've never been in any movies or television shows. And away we go. And if anyone doesn't smoke marijuana, then just sit there and twiddle your thumbs for a second. All right. So let's get started. Let me go back and read comments I missed because I don't want everyone to think I'm skipping comments. Is there anyone in the FE you're cool with? Yeah, people consider themselves to be flat earthers, or they consider themselves to be globe skeptics. So there's people in my hometown who you guys don't even know, who don't have YouTube channels, who consider themselves to be like globe skeptics and flat earthers. They just don't have major YouTube channels. Do you understand? So there's plenty of people who came to all my flat earth gatherings who sometimes still message me and hit me up in the comments and say, hey, bro, I came to your Ohio gathering back in 2017. I hope you come back one day. So I'm plenty cool with flat earthers, just not the cult leader ones who are 100% guaranteed actors. How many of you guys watched the video on the Asshole channel? I hope you guys did because it's very important and you need to watch it until the end. What other questions? All right, so that was Mass 1. Oh, Mass 1, if you see anyone talking tons of shit, please get rid of them. Let's see. Paphill says, mud floods, do you believe? Mud floods, I'm kind of iffy on. There's some interesting pictures I've seen, of it looks like buildings were built and then it looks like mud came and flooded the area and half the building or part of the building's under the dirt or whatever. So stuff like that is interesting, but I don't want to get wrapped up in stuff that I can't really prove myself. I can't prove when it all happened and how it all happened. And so stuff like that, I kind of just take like this, and it doesn't really affect my everyday life like right now in the moment. I'm not going to be like, oh shit, I hope the mud flood doesn't happen tomorrow. Is the mud flood happening next week? oh man, I'm going to be scared when the mud flood comes. It's like if a mud flood comes and kills me, well, then it's going to happen, whatever. So the mud flood thing is just not a subject I like to spend too much time on, but I have looked at it. Hopefully that answers your question, kind of. Is there anyone at all in the FE you're cool with? I think I already answered that one. What do you think about the new Omicron variant and what will be the next oh, I didn't see. I haven't even looked into that. I've been so caught up in exploiting this crack in the matrix called the flat earth fake rollout cult thing. I'm exploiting shills. Do you guys realize, like, I'm proving shills exist, and when I point them out and I really put my fucking my foot on their neck, they're starting to really act like actors and weirdos more than ever. They're starting to do stuff that doesn't make any sense at all. And so that means I'm winning and I'm having an effect. So anyone who still doesn't understand what I'm doing on the asshole channel lately, I have my foot on the neck of legitimate shills who are running a legitimate cult, and they are legitimately getting paid for what they do. And if I let them run wild, then they're going to continue to dupe people like they duped me and many of you. So there's still people who don't understand what's going on, and they're like, you're losing it, man. I don't know if it's shill comments or if it's some real subs, but there's people like, why are you causing drama in the truth community? These men are shills and liars. I don't have any fucking reason to deceive you. Do you understand that? I've put my life in danger doing what I'm doing. I'm actually getting a little weirded out by the amount of shills coming out of the woodworks right now to deal with me. And if you guys didn't watch my recent video on the asshole channel that I just put up yesterday, you should probably do that if you haven't. Okay. Do you believe in life after mud? Says Bub's cat. That's a weird question, but before I answer, do you believe in life after the mud? I can feel something shining me say to tired and strong in the view. Do you believe in life in the blue? Okay, I don't know what happens when you die, but I have a pretty good idea what happens when I die. And I don't like to discuss it much because it just makes me look like a crazy person. But all I will say is if you've ever taken a really big hit of dimethyltryptamine, then you might understand what the afterlife is maybe like. That's the only thing I'm going to say about that. And also, do you believe in life after murder? All right. You left us with a cliffhanger. Not really. Not really. You can go watch that stream and see what they're talking about and do your own research. I just showed you that the fucking whole flat earth movement fake rollout thing is fake, 100% scripted, and these are actors. Jaren, 100% actor, faker, and I just proved it. This person, Kelsey Kerwin, who they have on their show, is literally the person I'm going to key in on, and I'm not going to stop until I prove to everybody beyond a shadow of a doubt what is going on. And anyone who hasn't figured it out yet, I'm not causing drama. I'm not doing this just for views or clicks. I'm doing it for me because I was tricked by a fucking cult and actors. They're deceiving a lot of people, possibly millions of people. They've collected millions of dollars in donations over the years, millions of dollars. FE Core, do you guys remember FE Core? And how many donations they collected? When was the last time they proved anything? Okay, so these people who I'm up against are legitimate bad people. I am a dude from Modesto who plays a bass guitar and one day found out that the earth may be flat because YouTube suggested it to me. And then when I figured out, oh shit, I could make videos too on YouTube, like these guys, Eric Dubé and Matt Boylan, my favorite heroes. And then I made a video and became just as popular as them, like within months. It was like, and now I'm as popular as them, and Matt wants to hang out with me, and Eric Dubé's praising me in my comments section. That's how fast it happened. And then, oh man, when you figure out that circle pizza pie map doesn't work, and then you show it to people, they all immediately turn into what they are, shills and fucking actors. Do you understand? I hope so. I fucking hope you're getting what I'm doing. I'm not just doing it for you, I'm doing it for me. And so those of you who can't follow along, Jake, why are you just causing drama? You seem like you're losing it, man. I'm making shills? Rewrite entire scripts. What truther channel do you know is doing what I'm doing? Is Brian High Impact Flicks making shills rewrite their entire script? No. Is Richie from Boston making shills rewrite their entire script and scramble? No. None of them are. I am doing that. I have my foot on Jaren's throat. I'm the real guy who says real things. They can't do anything about it except try and slander me, which is all Jaren has done for the last 3 days, is try and slander me. And here's what they got. Jake is short. Yeah, I proved the AE map wrong, and I proved Jaren's an actor, and you know what he has on me? I'm short. I am a 5'7" man, and I weigh 150 pounds. I am the exact same size as Floyd Mayweather. I shit you not. I am not a 5-foot fucking midget. I'm a 5'7", 150-pound man. I weigh the exact same amount as Floyd Mayweather. If you stood me next to Floyd Mayweather, we would be the exact same size. I shit you not. So I don't hear people saying Floyd Mayweather is a tiny fucking midget, even though he's not the best fighter of all time. Let's get that straight. And a lot of his fights are rigged. But I'm the same size as Floyd Mayweather. So Jaren wants to say that I'm just a midget, and so you shouldn't listen to me because I'm short. Don't listen to Jake because he's short. You can only listen to tall people, of course. Duh! So when he talks about the AE map being wrong, you shouldn't listen because he's short. Okay, something I can't change at all, something I was born with. I'm short. I'm not over 6 feet tall. Does that debunk any of the claims I've made? No, it doesn't. It just means I'm 5'7". So let's move on to the next slander. Jake yelled at a guy in front of 7-Eleven. Yep, I yelled at a guy in front of 7-Eleven. You can go watch the video of me yelling at a guy in front of 7-Eleven. I posted it on this channel here, and then I took it down because I didn't like it. I was drunk. Some homeless guy asked to use my phone. I asked him why he wanted to use my phone, and he couldn't give me a good answer why he wanted to use my phone. So then he asked if I would make a phone call for him, but he was shady and wouldn't tell me all the reasons why. So I wanted to film this confrontation and show people that if you ask these people asking you for help why they need your help, oftentimes they don't have a proper answer. So I told a guy in front of 7-Eleven, I want to know why you want to use my phone. He didn't have a very good answer, and he proceeded to tell me to fuck off and diss me. So I told him, then you don't get to use my phone. Then I did a little dance, told him, ha ha, you're a fucking homeless piece of shit. Ha ha. Yep, I did that. I own it. Not a good moment. I made a mistake. I own it. I took the video down. I have stopped drinking since then. So I try to address my mistakes and I own them. I have accountability. So you can try to slander me, Jaren, anyone in the world, with the fact that I yelled at a man out in front of 7-Eleven. But you don't know if he's homeless. You don't know the man's name. You've never met him. You don't know his real story. You don't know how he got there. So you have to assume he's homeless. Why would you assume he's homeless? What if he has a home? Again, you don't know him. So what do they have on me? What do they have on me? I yelled at a guy in front of 7-Eleven. Okay, you got me. I did yell at a guy that one time in front of 7-Eleven. Cool. Does that debunk any of my claims? No, it doesn't. So again, I'm short and I yelled at a guy. That's what the enemy has on me. That's what they're going to try and smear me with. So I've seen one or two of you, not many, go over there and try and play both sides and be like, I can't believe Jake, Jaron, you were right about Jake. If I see any of you supporting actors over me, I have no problems banning you forever. It ain't about subs and it ain't about money. It's about the motherfucking truth. And those of you who get it, oh, you get it. And those of you who don't, why are you doing this? Maybe you just weren't meant for my channel. Maybe you weren't cut out for the truth. Maybe you should go follow one of these cult leaders and see where they lead you. Go for it. See where these cult leaders lead you. I'll bet you they lead you to flat earth apps that track you and data mine you. Oh, and flat earth conferences where they charge for tickets and merchandise. Just a few of the places they might lead you. Oh, and in circles around an impossible map, they'll lead you there too. But again, if you point this out, you become the bad guy to the cult members. All right. Yeah, if you haven't watched the videos on the asshole channel, maybe some of you even aren't subbed to the asshole channel and you just showed up here because I make fun of women on Tinder. I have a channel called Jake the Asshole and I break down conspiracies. This channel is an offshoot of Jake the Asshole. Jake the Asshole is the main channel. That's where most of the subs are. And that's where the bulk of my conspiracy content goes. And then this is the backup channel, which I use to post all the hodgepodge videos, comedy videos, and do live streams. And it's the backup channel for whenever the asshole channel gets hit with strikes. So anyone who hasn't figured that out yet, hopefully that catches you up. Subscribe to Jake the Asshole and subscribe here so that you can stay with both channels. Okay. So now that we've got that cleared up, just in case anyone's new, because I forget that I attract new people who are fucking confused. And they're like, what are you doing? Who are you talking about? I don't know any of these people. I join you because I like when you talk about this kind of stuff. So yeah, this is bad. Don't get this. We all know that. Do you need me to tell you again? This is bad. Don't get this. So there's your coverage of this. Don't get it. It's all bullshit. There is no C word. In fact, what does that tell you? And this design got booted off of Teespring, so I'm going to have to put it up somewhere else. So this one's coming to you soon. Ooh, yeah. Look at that. Isn't that sexy? You won't see any of the shills selling anything as hot as that. That's a hot ticket item right there. All right. Someone says, Jake, how tall are you? Okay, I answered that one. Do you think there will be any major drops of knowledge hidden in new Matrix movie? I didn't even know there was a new Matrix movie. You guys, I don't keep up with this shit like very well, like Hollywood especially. I haven't watched a new movie and I can't even remember. Like I literally can't remember the last time I went to a theater or like was like, oh, there's a movie I want to see. Like I don't have a Netflix account. I don't watch movies. If I was gonna watch a movie, I want to watch a movie I've already. Oh, I missed that damn super chat. What did it say? Damn it! Somebody did a super chat and I just now saw it disappear off the screen and I totally blanked. God damn it. I'm sorry, whoever sent that. I totally blanked. I'm trying to go back and now it's just like gone. Oh, no, there it is. Uh, Tommy the G with a $5 donation says, high five, you the man. Thanks, Tommy the G. Tommy the G. Thanks, bro. Chris Vecchio or Vecchio. I don't know how to say your name. Chris Vecchio or Vecchio says, holy shit, me and you are the same height and size. Yeah. I'm actually a bit taller than average. If you take into account all the men in the world, like Asia, like if I was to go to China, most of those guys are going to be like 5'4" and 5'5" and are going to be a little shorter than me. So 6 foot isn't that much taller than me. You know what I mean? It's like some of these guys who are like 6 foot tall think that they're going to stand over me and cower over me like this, like they're 7 foot tall. No, you're not 7 foot tall. If you're 6 foot tall, you're not going to be some giant compared to me. I'm going to be shorter than you, but I'm not going to be like, hey, what's up, guys? You're a 6 foot tall man? Holy shit, what's it like up there? No, it's not that big of a difference. Literally. Like, this is like longer than half of a foot right here. This is longer than half of a foot. What's like 6 inches or so, right? What, maybe that? It's like that much taller than me. If you're 6 foot, maybe. Big deal. Big deal. Big deal. To women, that is a big deal. Fellas, right? To women, this much more height is the difference between you getting laid. But this much in a fight doesn't actually make that much difference. So there's a lot of guys out there who like to think because they're this much taller, that must mean they're a big giant badass compared to me. There's a lot of guys who like to think like that. Well, I'm 5'11" and Jake is only 5 feet tall and weighs 100 pounds, so I'm gonna be this giant man going against a midget. It's like, no, I'm 5'7" and 150 pounds, and I'm really, really fast. And when I'm fired up, I am superhuman strong. So I'm not really this little tiny thing that Jaren likes to make me out to be. And I'm not afraid of you, Jaren. Now, having said that, Jaren's like, hey, I'll bust your ass over my knee. And then the next day he's like, hey man, I want to meet up and talk about this. You want to have dinner with my wife? You want to meet my wife? You can see that I'm a real person. You want to come meet me? So he wants to beat me up and he wants to meet me and have dinner and meet his wife. Here's the deal. Actors and shills who are pushing a cult with tons of money involved, who I'm affecting, I don't want to hang out with you. Not the type of people I want to hang out with or associate with at all. In fact, while I have my foot on your throat, the last thing I want to do is take it off and hear you out, man. I've proven, Jaren, that you are an actor, and I know you're going to be watching this. Jaren, you're an actor. I'm proving it. I'm going to shine the spotlight on you and make you fidget and do all sorts of weird shit and make all your crew talk about me. You've been talking about me for 3 days. Jaren, you won't stop talking about me. Why? Because I'm talking about you. And so now that I'm proving it, Jaren, you're an actor, and I'm proving it, Kelsey, that you are an actress. Actress? Actor? Not sure about you, Kelsey. But there's no one on the internet doing what I'm doing right now. Those flat earth debunker guys, they don't prove that Jaren and his crew are actors and that Dubé is an actual shill. In fact, do you know what the flat earth debunker globe people say? They say, I love it when you flatheads go against each other. You flat tards are now going against each other. You flat tards think that each other are CIA and actors? Ha! So the globe tards who like to come after me are laughing, thinking There's no such thing as a shill. There's no such thing as a CIA agent. There's no such thing as a Mason. No one could ever possibly be a police informant and be a pretend flat earther. So every globe cuck, please follow. Are you guys following? Please follow. Every globe cuck has to go with the story that there are no flat earth shills. And then there are guys like Jaron who also says there are no shills. There's no such thing as a shill. Funny how the Globers and Jaron agree that there's no such thing as a shill, no such thing as a government agent in the flat earth. No way. Come on, guys. Use the thinkers. Think about what is happening. And again, if you don't know about flat earth and you don't care about flat earth, well, then maybe this one's not for you. But I'm going to talk about flat earth and all the people who make up the flat earth cult community. It's not all about the plane that we live on. It's also the people who we interact with and the deceptions going on. This is a deception. I've covered it. I got another donation up here. It says, "Hey, Jake, next time you come to Lake Tahoe, let's smoke a fatty, then hit the casinos, respect and nothing less." Hey, I go to Tahoe from time to time. If you hit the casino with me, I can show you things that will blow your damn mind and possibly change your life. I can go into those casinos and over the course of half a day, easily milk them for a couple $100 to maybe $1,000. It's pretty simple, basic stuff once you understand which machines are advantage machines and which machines are not. It's all about those machines, baby. But you got to watch the content here on my channel if you want to learn those secrets. I've given away the secrets to winning at slot machines here on my channel. Real, legitimate secrets if you want to win. I give them away here on this channel. So that information is available if you want to go hit the casinos without me, homie. Thank you for that donation. You'll get more than that in return if you go watch my videos and then go and do exactly as you see in my video and then learn all about advantage slots. You will get your donation back and 1,000-fold more if you just stick to the strategy I show you. All right, Chris P says, "Has RV responded to you yet?" No, and he won't. There is no way to debunk what I said about the AE map. All you can do is wizardry. Do you guys know what Jaron did and what I'm going to do to absolutely destroy him? I'll give you a sneak peek. Here's what's happened. This happened 4 years ago, by the way. So we're repeating history. Coffee. Jaron's excuse that the AE map can still work and all the daylight hours are going to be correct and all the sunset angles are going to work right. He says if you take a light shine it in a coffee cup, you get a coffee cup caustic. Look, guys. See? See, Jake is debunked. See? Look. Jake's debunked. He's a liar. See? See, you guys? Look. Coffee cup caustic. The AE map is right. You see? Look. Whoa. That's how it works. And this is an old Dolphins cup from back when I used to actually think football is real. Don't judge me. I don't think football is real. I don't follow the Dolphins. So just follow me. Okay. So this is how Jaron has attempted to debunk me in the past. I shit you not. Jaron has attempted to debunk me with this. AE map, Jake. Aren't you stupid, Jake? You guys, you do not live in a coffee cup. I hope you figured that out by now, that you don't live in a coffee cup. So when Jaron goes, "Hey, you guys, look, Jake's wrong. See? Look, he's wrong. AE map works." That assumes you live in a fucking coffee cup. Are you telling me the AE map is in a coffee cup and that the ceiling above us is completely open and the creator spins a flashlight around called the sun? Get out of here, dude. Get out of here. I've even seen people in the comment section being like, "Yeah, The rim of the cup is like the ice wall. What? If you put an AE map deep inside there and consider this your ice wall, that means your ice wall goes up like in fake outer space. Do you understand if you put an AE map inside and then say coffee cup caustic makes it work? You are a fucking retarded person. And guess what? Jiren's subs believe that that is a debunk of me saying the AE map is wrong. Do you understand how it's retarded to say Jake is debunked because we live in a cup? I hope you do. That's what happened last time we did this, and now we just did it again. How many of you guys remember the first time I had to explain that we don't live in a coffee cup? Jiren will have you believe you live in a coffee cup. The next thing he proceeds to do is say you can't track really the sun's location. It's hard, and we don't know if daylight comes from the sun. And we might have this bunt cake pan over the top of Earth. There might be a dome, there might not, but we might have a bunt. I swear to God, he says we might have this bunt cake pan over Earth. And then he goes to the Walmart website and he shows his audience a picture of a bunt cake pan. And this is going to be in a video. So I'm not making this up. This is going to be in a video on the Asshole channel. Flat Earth Asshole, Jake the Asshole versus Jirenism is coming soon to a Jake the Asshole channel near you. So Jiren says we might have a bunt cake pan over the top of the AE map, which makes all the reflections and everything work properly. So which is it? Do we live in a coffee cup or do we live underneath a bunt cake pan, Jiren? Oh, I know. You put the bunt cake pan over the coffee cup, right? And that debunks Jake's claims. The next one they always attempt to do is glass paperweight. Imagine, if you will, that this is a solid glass paperweight. It isn't, but fucking imagine that it is, okay? Imagine it's a glass paperweight dome. It's just a solid glass paperweight dome. Then you take your flashlight and you go like this. They have a video, Globebusters, Jiren, Bob, use this video to, and they always use this video to try and debunk me. Look, here's a piece of glass. See? And then I have to explain to everybody that you don't live inside solid glass. There may be a dome, but you haven't proven it. You don't know if there is a dome. You've never proven a dome. You have to suppose a dome. But this experiment where they take a solid glass paperweight and go like this, that suggests that you live inside solid glass. Are you breathing solid glass right now? No, you are not. So I always say, hey, show me a glass shell in an AE map and then put some water in there and then try and make it work perfectly. You know, model it. They can't do that. So instead you get this childlike bullshit where they go, hey, look, here's a piece of glass and here's a flashlight. Jake's debunked. Hey, look, here's a coffee cup. See? See? That's how it works. That's what Jiren does to debunk me. Swear to God. That's what he's doing. It's this retard sorcery that works for retards who don't want to let go of that fake flat Earth map. The Earth is possibly flat, and it's definitely not a spinning ball. It's not a globe in outer space spinning around doing what they say. Something is wrong, but it's definitely not a pizza pie map with an ice wall. So guess what else fails? Your moon maps. All circle maps fail. No circle map works. Get rid of the circle out of your head. So you know what that means? All your fantasy moon maps. Hey, Jake, have you seen Vibe of Cosmos? Yes, did a video about it. Fantasy. Lots of extra land masses and a lot of land masses that are just completely wrong, don't make any sense. And then people say, oh, well, it's an old map of the world. Then it's wrong and it doesn't matter. And circle maps fail, as I've proven. So, yeah. And all these guys who are claiming that we live in a moon crater, again, craters are what shape? Circular. You don't live in a circle. You can't have a circle map in a circle sun. Jake, the Bible says it's a circle. Well, it also talks about what, four corners as well. So I don't care what books say. I don't care what words are on a piece of paper. I don't care. We don't live in a circle with a circled sun going around it. It's not real. It's as fake as the spinning ball globe. That I'm sure of. And I'm so sure that I have a team of actors trying to assassinate my character. My life is probably on the line at this point. If I keep pushing, I'm going to take away these men's income and their jobs, and they're probably going to be really mad about that. So I hope some of that cleared up something for you guys. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you should go watch my content and catch up. Okay. Gun Puppy says 150 is a pretty solid weight for 5'7". Yeah, here's the deal. I used to be lighter, like in high school in 7th and 8th grade. I used to be like 115, 120 pounds, but still be like, I was growing, so I'd be like 5'5", 5'6". When you put me up against somebody my own weight, I'm typically the bigger guy. So if you find another man who weighs 150 pounds, typically I'm the bigger dude. So if you find another guy who weighs the same as me, I weigh 150, between 145 and 150. If you find another guy who weighs that exact same amount, I'm usually the taller guy. And again, if you go to Asia, I'm taller than most of the men in Asia. I'm taller than most of the men in like the Philippines. So I'm actually above average height. It's only here in America where you're used to seeing fucking 7-foot tall like NBA players on TV and 7-foot tall wrestlers and fucking oh, I was about to say 100, like 300-pound linemen who are 6'8" and shit. Like, yeah, you're used to seeing gigantor men on television. Then I'm small compared to gigantor men. If you go to like China and look at the streets of China, I would be a little taller than most of those dudes. So make fun of that, bitch. But that's so these are the attacks they have against me. I'm short. Jake is short. He's so short. That's their favorite one. You're short. Good one. Gotcha. Cool. And then God. Oh yeah. Coffee cup. You live in a coffee cup. And bundt cake pan. What they can't do is actually prove with any sort of experiment or anything or model anything that they're saying properly and actually prove me wrong. And when they try and do their horse shit sorcery, like Jaren likes to pull up computer programs like Google Earth to try and debunk me. So for instance, Jaren pulls up Google Earth to try and tell you that East and West go in circles. No. Here's why East and West going in circles is ridiculous. If you go to timeanddate.com, you can actually see where the sun's going to come up and go down, and they're using a Mercator style map, and they get it right. You can go out, test it with your compass. So anybody who comes to and shows up, how do you know about they didn't account for magnetic declination? Timeanddate.com do account for all that stuff, and they get it right. Your compass will generally match timeanddate.com. And if you're like timeanddate.com is about the globe, it's controlled, it's wrong. No, try and prove it wrong. In fact, they're using a Mercator map where the sun goes in out one side and comes out the other. So that's what timeanddate.com uses. And so you have to think maybe the Earth might be a flat rectangle and the sun may start over, whether you like it or not. I'm not saying that's for sure, but I can say for sure that the circle one doesn't work. And they don't use a circle map on timeanddate.com to show where the sun's going to rise and set. And then people say, well, just because the sun doesn't go in a circle doesn't mean the map's wrong. Well, yeah, it does. That's one major reason why it's wrong. But also that circle map has distance issues and the continents are distorted. Go look up how long across the United States is, then go look up how long across Australia is. Then stick them side by side and wonder why the hell you ever fell for such a stupid map. That's just one distance error, and I can name many. But I do know that my country is basically about 3,000 miles across, so I know Google's not lying about that. If you ask Google how far across from one side to the other is the United States, you know, from West Coast to East Coast, how long is the United States? You get roughly 3,000 miles. Anyone who lives in the United States and has driven across it can pretty much confirm it's about 3,000 miles across. So then when you look up how long Australia is. Let me make sure I get the right number so I don't say a wrong number here. Australia. Um, length coast to coast. I don't know if that's the right way I want to word it. There's the coastline. I should say how many miles across is Australia. That's probably what I should ask. 1 second. Let me get the exact number. Oh, here it is. The Australian mainland extends from west to east nearly 2,500 miles, 4,000 kilometers. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. There it is. So I don't have the AE map pulled up here, but I can tell you on the AE map, Australia is bigger than the United States. According to Google, no. And I've driven across the United States. So Google says the United States is 3,000 miles and that Australia is 2,500 miles across. And so when you look at the AE map, you see Australia stretched out like bacon, uh, quite a bit bigger than the United States. Might be like double the size. Uh-oh. So now you have to say, yeah, it's distorted and all the continents are in wrong places and distorted, but it's the best we got. That's what the AE mappers like to say. Yeah, the sun's path is wrong and it's got distance problems and it's distorted and the cardinal directions don't work because south is every fucking direction to infinity. So yeah, but it's the best we got. Okay, cult chills. It's the best you got. All right, Tommy the G got his donation. I think did I miss anyone else's donation. Love your content, mate. Big shout out from Australia. Awesome. I was just talking about Australia. Look at the flat Earth AE map, the SIOP map, and look how big Australia is. And then go look up on Google how long across Australia is. The Australian mainland extends from west to east nearly 2,500 miles, 4,000 kilometers. Did you hear that? Australia, 500 miles smaller across than the United States. Now go look at the AE map. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I might put that in a video over on the asshole channel, maybe tomorrow. It's pretty easy to point out something like that. And I've driven across the United States, so you can't just say Google's lying. Google's wrong. AE map is right. Here's you. No, I've driven across the United States. It's 3,000 miles. Sam. Have you driven across Australia? There's one of my subs right there from Australia. Have you driven across Australia? Is it about 2,500 miles, 4,000 kilometers roughly? Is that correct, Sam? Sam, are you there, bro? I hope you're still watching. Or anyone from Australia, if you've driven across, can you basically confirm from you driving and looking at your odometer, can you confirm that those numbers from Google are correct? Because I'm pretty confident that the United States is 3,000 miles across. So if Australia is 2,500 miles across, and so they say it's shorter, but on the flat Earth AE map, the SIOP map, Australia is stretched out like twice as big. Uh-oh. Oh, we got one guy who's like getting mad and throwing a hissy fit because I'm talking about flat Earth and maps and attacking people. I'm attacking people. Bye, loser. Oh, is this all you're gonna do now? Is talk about flat Earth and attack people? Get lost. Get lost. I'm attacking shills. I'm attacking bad men. I'm doing something good, and I'm proud of myself. You can't take me down, can't hurt my pride. You're probably a shill comment anyway, sent over from Jaren's butthole channel. So go piss off. Is this all you do now? Is attack people? These aren't people, these are actors and shills pushing a wrong map. If you don't care about maps or this information, go do whatever else you think is more important. Bye bye. Okay, let's talk about some more questions. Mr. Chris says, I drove across the United States. I checked my odometer. It's 3,000 miles. Yeah, exactly. So we know that one's right. So just know that that's 3,000 miles. And then on the AE map, they have Australia twice as big, even though Google says it's smaller. It's smaller than the United States, but represented as twice as big. And then there's always this guy. Well, dude, you just don't know how to read those maps because you're not smart enough. It's supposed to be distorted. It's just a visual representation. This is horseshit. It means it's wrong. Don't tell me I don't know how to read the map and that I don't understand it. I'm the guy proving it wrong. Okay? So hush with your I don't understand the map routine. I've heard that 4 years ago. I do understand it quite well. I understand it's horse shit. You're going to go south in which direction if you're in the center? Everywhere? So this way is south, and that way is south, and that way is south, and that way is south. And you can just go south this way to infinity and that way to infinity. And everyone's going south forever in a different direction. That just doesn't make any sense. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, on a rectangle or a square map, oh, north, south, and east and west. This is like so much easier. Two people, like, I'm going to go south. And then this guy says, I'm going to go south. And then you guys go, do, 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 right? And then one can go east and one can go west. And you can be like, boop, and meet each other. Here's what happens on an AE map. Let's say you're in Australia up here and I'm down here in South America, and I say, hey, let's both go south. Whoop, you go the opposite direction until you run into your theoretical ice wall. Oh, wait, but the army men are going to turn you around with guns. You can't go to the ice wall, right? Sure. Meanwhile, on the Mercator map, you can just go south. Two people can go south, and you'll both be going the same direction. That actually makes sense to me. On a rectangle or a square map, you can actually go south and go the same direction as somebody over on that side of the map. You go south, they go south, and you go the same direction. On the AE map, south is every direction forever. Isn't it stupid you fell for that? I feel stupid for falling for that. South is every direction forever. Sure it is. Oh, and east and west are circles, so you have to constantly turn to go east and west. Okay, but not north and south. North and south, those are what, straight lines? But east and west, you have to do circles. Sure, dude. Oh well, what about the plane routes? Plane routes don't make that map correct. Some interesting plane routes, but that just means you can take a plane and fly at a bunch of weird fucking places and make it maybe look like it's an AE map with a shitty plane route that you took. Do you understand? You actually have to prove it by getting on that plane and film yourself with a compass and what's going on. Stuff like that, you know. But you don't see flat earthers doing shit like that typically. So there's a lot of people who just blindly follow stuff and they never put the AE map through the ringer like the globe. Here's what you got to do. You put the globe through the ringer, right? You found out it's not a spinning ball in outer space. But then you were like, it's this. The Bible says so. It has a dome. Everything's perfect. No, you have to run that circle map through the ringer. You have to run it through the ringer like the globe. So a lot of people have this story. I tried to debunk flat earth and I couldn't do it. That's how I became a flat earther. Did you run the circle map through the ringer like the globe, or did you just end at the curvature argument and then accept this? See, that's the thing. The curvature argument, people are like, water can't curve to a spinning ball. So therefore, AE map. No, not so therefore AE map. Do you understand? That's how they get you on globe number 2, except worse, because it's this flat, impossible, wrong map filled with agents and cult members who spin you in circles, make you look like a retard, and discredit you while they data mine you and track you. And it looks like they might even be doing something with women that is even far more sinister than I can even think of. And when I figure it out, oh, you guys are gonna know. Hey, we got a good researcher here in the chat. So far, what I've seen on his channel seems like good work. I'm gonna need to look at it a lot more. I'm gonna give a shout out to FPV Angel. I looked at some of your stuff. I find it interesting. I'm gonna need to watch more, but I find your work very interesting, sir. There's a lot to take in on that channel. I was watching some of the 24-hour stream just the other night, and there is a ton to take in. So I'm going to be watching more, and I'll be getting in contact with you guys soon. I need to expose this cult a little more and be a bit of a lone wolf, but I need the support. If any of you guys want to mirror any of my videos or show any clips of me exposing these shills, please do. I could use some more guns in this fight. I feel like I'm fighting this whole thing myself. So anyone who wants to help me expose these shills, it's really important to me that nobody else gets duped the way I did, or the way that maybe many of you did. Imagine if we can stop people from getting duped and ending up in a flat earth cult that ruins your life. Flat earth isn't the most amazing thing that ever came to your life, because it can also ruin your life in a lot of ways. And the last thing you want to do is ruin your life and be holding the wrong stupid psyop map and following cult members and being in an actual cult. Yeah, the earth might be flat and it might be tough for your friends and family to take, but that doesn't mean you should be in a cult following cult members. So, yeah, shout out to FPV Angel, and I'll get in touch with you guys soon, and maybe I'll even have to come on your guys' channel, and you guys can show me your map a little more in depth, and I can ask some questions, because it's interesting, but it's also somewhat confusing for someone new to what you're saying. So shout out to that guy. He's been doing a lot of work, or that whole crew. I shouldn't just say him. It's like a whole crew of people they have over there. So shout out to them and their whole crew over there. Okay. So what else do we have? Any more questions? Let's ask some more questions if I haven't answered them already. And just in case anyone's wondering, I'm 5'7" and 150 pounds. Okay. Oh shit! It says I have 230 people watching. That's pretty damn good for this channel. All right. Mazizi says nukes are fake. I agree. I agree. That old school footage is hilarious. The nuke testing footage is pretty ridiculous. And yeah, you you look at like a mass extinction weapon like that, and I remember as a kid being told, like, if there was like 6 nukes dedicated at once, or they would all go off at once, like if they had just 6 of them all happen to go off, and we had this like enough of an explosion would kill everyone on Earth. I remember thinking that like we could all die because of a nuclear war fallout. So I went through a lot of life believing in stupid shit like that, and now I realize like there is no such thing as like a world-ending bomb. There's not like a in the whole world type bomb. But I used to believe that, like everything. Summer Sutton says you should search for the video of the guy who shot up the rocket, then after a while dead stop. Sound like it hit water before it fell back down. Yeah, I've seen it. I know what you're talking about. I'm skeptical. That type of video isn't enough for me to be like 100% proof. Dome. Bible. No. I need more than a because here's what a lot of people ask. Okay, a rocket that was screaming fast. That thing was going really fast. Why didn't it go when it hit the dome? Why didn't it like have any damage? You think like if it's a rocket and it hits a dome made of like impenetrable crystal glass or diamond or whatever it is, and it's just going to go. Boom! That's what happened. It went, boom, and then came back down. I need more than because that's what I saw. If you guys watched the video of the rocket hitting the supposed dome, yeah, it's a toy rocket that goes boom. I got a donation from Saul Rosenberg. It says Omicron is moronic, American in Spanish almost. Uh, okay. Thank you for that. RT says, at Jake Gibson, how do you see this playing out? I mean, so many of us bought into the legitimacy of the community. Exactly. That's how you run an awesome cult. You can't straight up call it like a cult and run like the biggest, baddest, most psyopy cult ever known. You guys, I'm proving to you that they're actors. It's 100% proven in my last video on the Asshole channel that these people are actors. In my opinion, that is 100% proof. They're making up stories. And when you look into the background of these characters, it's all shady shill shit. So instead of just sitting back and watching what I'm doing, why don't you go do some research into these people who I'm talking about? See what you can dig up. Then you can come back and talk about it with me in the comments like a team of researchers. There's a few of you who do that. I had someone drop a link to Chelsea's MTV video. So I exposed Jaren's Baby Truther show. I didn't know who Chelsea was. That was the first time. Or Kelsey, not Chelsea. Kelsey Kerwin. Excuse me. Let me set that record straight. Kelsey. So I didn't know who she was until I saw the Baby Truther show number 29. And I exposed Baby Truther show number 29. One of my subs says, Jake, have you seen this video of Kelsey on MTV? And I was like, what did you say? Hit the link, and it's Kelsey on MTV from a decade ago. And I'm like, holy shit, Jesus just blesses me with all the ammunition I need. Thank you, subscriber. So I subscribed to Kelsey's channel. Now I'm subscribed to both her channels, keeping an eye on Kelsey. Now, if you want to go do some research into a shill and learn how to fight shills, here's what you have to do. You have to shine the spotlight on them and ask them critical questions and see what they do and say. So let me give you the lowdown on Miss Kelsey Kerwin. She's been showing up over to my channel, running her mouth, trying to cover her tracks and do damage control. Here's the problem. She's so new, she doesn't know her own story properly. And she gets caught up in weird lies. She doesn't know how to actually lie properly yet. And so she's coming over to my channel and saying really weird shit. And she's watched many of my videos now. So this MTV actress has watched several of my videos, including one where I was on mushrooms here on this channel. So she saw me on Jake the Asshole channel. Then she came over here to the Jake Gibson channel, my backup channel, and watched my entire stream while I was on mushrooms. Then she brought it up on Jaren's show and said that Jake the... And this is coming in a future video. You can go do your research and watch it all yourself. She says to Jaren that Jake the Asshole guy, I saw his video and he was doing shrooms in his mom's basement. Oh my god, people who eat shrooms are crazy. Like he like eats shrooms every day in his mom's basement. Like I knew a guy who like ate shrooms all the time and then he murdered his mom and then he ended up in the loony bin. So like people who do shrooms all the time end up in the loony bin and murder their mom. That's what Kelsey says. She says she knows a guy who murdered his mom because he did shrooms all the time. And I just so happened to do one stream here on this channel where I ate mushrooms. I didn't eat mushrooms on camera, but I did in fact eat mushrooms and then turn on a camera and film my trip. And boy, was I tripping balls. And how many of you guys saw that stream where I tripped balls? So Chelsea Kerwin, an MTV actress, has went back and watched my entire stream of me tripping balls and decides to make up this story that people who eat mushrooms all the time, this one guy murdered his mom. That's what Kelsey Kerwin said out of her mouth. Now there are these people. Jake, why are you starting drama? Why are you doing this? Why are you talking about these people? I'm exposing that there are actors in the world who are deceiving people, millions of people, and this group is receiving hundreds of thousands of dollars in donations a year, collectively millions of dollars, and they're deceiving lots of people and harming lots of people. And it looks like they're now bringing in strange women who talk about being in Mexico locked up in prison. Some of you guys might not have a clue what I'm talking about. Again, you're going to have to go to the asshole channel and catch up. Hopefully, you know what I'm talking about. So, anyone who's like, why are you starting drama? Why are you doing this? If you don't understand, then you haven't been keeping up, or maybe you just weren't cut out for the truth. So, please, if you have any question about what I'm talking about, go look at these people I'm talking about and look at what they're fucking doing. And then wonder why I'm spending so much time talking about it. Do you really think it's to make these super chats? No, it's because I'm trying to prove to you guys what the real truth really is. The world is fake. There's a bunch of fake actors gatekeeping nearly every single major conspiracy subject. There are more gatekeepers and shills than you can possibly know. I have dealt with, in this last week alone, 10,000 or so sock accounts in weird comments like I have never seen before. People showing up just trying to slander me with like, you're so short, you fucking short guy, and I saw you yell at that homeless man, you piece of shit. And it's like over and over again, sock puppet after sock puppet. You short guy, you yelled at a homeless man, why would anyone listen to you? Really? Really? Just when I so happen to have my foot on the shill's throats, 10,000 sock puppet accounts want to show up. All with the same story, saying the same thing. Names I've never seen here on my channel. I can kind of remember a lot. If you comment on my channel enough, I will become familiar with you and your picture. And so if I start seeing names I've never seen before, like Vegan Hitler, Satan's butthole, or whatever, and you are obviously a person who's never been here, and the first thing you do is slander me when you show up, you better bet I'm going to block you and ban you. And then people want to complain, are you banning comments and censoring people? Yes. If you slander me, I censor you. If I don't like your comment, I get rid of it. If you don't like it, tough shit. This isn't about you and your comments. It's about me exposing the truth. Okay? If you want to ask me questions, support me in the comments and ask me actual questions. I have no problem answering those. In fact, I answer a lot of questions, a lot, almost too many. I spend too much time in the comments. Here's the thing, if you show up and say, you fucking short little tiny midget shill, you never once debunked the AE map, I'm going to delete the comment. And then if you go, you shill, you deleted my comment. I have proof. I have a screenshot that you deleted my comment. I'm going to say, take your screenshot and show it to your mother. You showing a screenshot that I deleted your comment doesn't mean anything to me because I'm admitting that, yes, I deleted your comment. So you have a screenshot of something I'm admitting that, yes, I do. If you fucking slander me or say anything I don't like, I will delete your comment. Jake, buddy, normally I love your stuff, but lately you've been losing it, man. Deleted and banned forever. So just a fair warning, if you don't understand what I'm doing, maybe you should check out for a while. Maybe read the title, and if it doesn't seem to suit you, then don't watch. Oh, Jake's going to talk about shills? Maybe I better not watch because I can't personally handle the fact that there are shills. Yes, there are shills, and I'm choosing to go after them. At this point in my life, I am the biggest, baddest shill buster there has ever been. Richie from Boston has never busted a shill in his life. Richie from Boston has never, ever once, ever stuck his foot on a shill's mouth and made him start acting like shady, shilly, stupid fucking actors. Richie from Boston never, ever once took down a single shill. Okay? In fact, Richie from Boston is a shill because he refuses to address Jake the asshole. Shill, Richie, RV Truth, fucking faceless, nameless coward. Try and debunk that claim that I made about the AE map. Yeah, I debunked your AE map, that one with the dome over the top that you promote, Mr. Faceless, Nameless Coward Ben. His name is Ben Lashinko. No, it's not. I have a picture of him. No, you don't. You don't know jack shit about that guy because he's a nameless, faceless coward. Anonymous, nameless, faceless coward. RV Truth. Yeah, try and debunk my claims about the AE map. Oh, and then the distance ones. Yeah, make sure you have your distances worked out. So if you ever post the AE map ever again, RV Truth, you better believe I'm going to stick the dagger in you further. Jake, why are you doing this? I like RV. Can we all be friends? No, we can't. They're shills. They're liars. I'm proving it. You don't like it. You can't understand it. Get lost. You want to replay that on your channel? Replay it on your channel. Literally, Jake, are you saying you're the only one? No. I've never said I'm the only one who's real. What I'm saying is these people I'm exposing are indeed lying and they are indeed actors. So don't ask me if I'm the only real person in the world. Is there anyone you can say who's not a shill? Oh, okay. Now I have to name all the guy at the mall I saw yesterday working at Foot Locker, probably not a shill. His associate who also worked at Foot Locker, don't think he's a shill. Would you like me to continue telling you who's not a shill in the world? So I've had people come to my channel and be smartasses. Why don't you just tell us who's not a shill? Okay, I'm not. My mother's not. My father's not. My aunt is not. My cousin is not. My dog is not. Would you like me to continue to tell you who is not a shill? It's a really long list. In fact, there are a lot more people who aren't a shill than who are. So let's not pretend that I think everyone's a shill. No, there's a small group of shills who I'm exposing. The small little group, it's not even that big of a group, it's a small group of shills, real, actual, paid agents of deception that do exist, and I'm exposing what they're doing. To what degree and who they work for, I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I do know that they're actors. And at some point, if they try to do some big TV movie reveal, well, I'm going to fuck that all up. So they might try and do some big reveal where they tell you that they're actors. Imagine if Jiren and Dubé and deep inside the rabbit's butthole and every flat earth cult member you ever knew all admitted one day that you got punked. That day could come. That day could come and it will destroy your cult community forever. And it will send many of you scrambling, wondering which direction to go. Should you go back to the globe? Oh my God, the whole cult community, it turned out to be a big giant documentary movie. Yeah, yeah. The whole cult community is going to be another hit piece documentary, more shitty controlled conferences. It's all it's going to be, and more tracking devices and apps, and some weird shit where they're possibly trafficking women, kids, possibly. I maybe might discover that. Ugh. So at some point, I might have to go dark and start uh, um, uploading from mysterious locations and uh, become a little more mysterious myself. But for now, still not a nameless, faceless coward like RV Truth, parroting disinfo, pretending to bust the shills. Okay. Got shills versus shills in the chat. He's got some good videos on his channel. Hey, PJC Net got in the chat, says, look at Ranty. Nah, dude, that dude, I can't sit through a minute of any of those like small time globe cuck dudes. I can only put up with the top level globe cuck dudes because those are the ones with all the subs, and those are the ones that if I make a video, it actually like matters. The low level shitbag globe cucks who have like less than 1,000 subs or whatever, like, dude, they're all just pathetic loser Simandan wannabes. Like, you know how many globe cuck channels are failed Simandan wannabes? There's like 1,000 dudes who want to be Simandan, but they failed. Like there's like so many dudes who are like, maybe I can be a flat earth debunker for a living. I mean, the earth isn't flat, so it's going to be so easy. Speaking of, I just had another hit piece done about me by Fight the Flat Earth Craig, and it was the most pitiful globe video. It was the most pitiful globe cuck video ever made about me, because I don't know if you guys have watched it, and I'm not going to recommend it, but if you do go over and watch Craig's video about me, he was telling me that he's going to knock me out with this video. He's like, you're going to look like a fucking idiot pussy. My video is going to drop and everyone's going to know you're a pussy and a coward. He was acting like he had the goods. And I was thinking like, dude, like, what's he going to do? Is he going to like dig up like one of my friends or something and like have them turn on me? Or is he going to like find some flat earth chick from the past to come back and slander me or something? Like, what's he going to do? And then you know what he did? He basically was like, hey, Jake, the globe is real. Oh, space is real. Oh, CGI is real. There, Jake is debunked. And I was like, what? Is that it? And then he transformed into a woman because I called him a transformer. So then he transforms into his wife through CGI. I'm not making this up. Craig from Fight the Flat Earth transforms from himself into his wife to make fun of me. Let me say that again. Craig from Fight the Flat Earth to make fun of me because I called him a transformer, because I think he's possibly a female to male transformer. He decided to troll me by having him and his wife turn into each other through CGI. So he turns from himself into his wife, his supposed wife, through CGI and uses that to troll me. I was like, dude, that's not trolling me at all. Like, that just makes you look really weird. Like, I don't even have to reply to that. So basically, this last globe cuck video, and usually I like debunking globe cucks, all he did was just say everything that I said is wrong, say every single space mission ever is real. There is no such thing as CGI pictures of outer space. They're all real. Every single thing every space agency ever did is real. That's basically all he said. It was like he took a pillow and was like, "You're gonna get it now." And I'm like, dude, I don't even think I need to even respond to this dude anymore, because this was like the worst globe cup and he spent like 2 weeks making it. So you guys realize I have a globe cup channel who his whole job is hating on flat earthers and dissing flat earthers, and he attacks me, and he takes 2 weeks to make this video, and all he does is just say that William Shatner went to space. He says William Shatner did go to space, and Jake is wrong. Jake's a stupid flirtard. And then he admits that I wanted to fight him, and then he says he's too disabled and he's too much of a coward and a pussy, so that he didn't want to come to the United States and fight me because he's so disabled and he needs a wheelchair to get around, supposedly. So he basically admits in his own video he's too much of a coward to fight. And he goes on to say that William Shatner went to space and that everything in space is real. So at this point, I'm like, dude, I don't even know like if I need to make a video like debunking what he said, because it's like they're not even trying anymore, man. So if you go look at the latest attempt from a Glober to try to debunk me, it's even more pitiful than what Jaren's been doing. And that dude spent 2 weeks and has all this top-notch CGI shit going on. Like if you watch a Fight the Flat Earth Craig video against me that he just did, you'll see like he had to have spent like 80 hours on this thing. It's almost like he had an entire team of people helping him do this. And then the final product was like, oh, there, take that, Flat Earth asshole. Jake the asshole. So anyway, it's weird to have globe cucks come at you and have flat earth actor cucks come at you at the same time. And I'm like fighting them all off. Debunk you, bitch. Debunk you, bitch. So there's so much info that it's like I'm overwhelmed. It's like Jaren has done like 3 straight days talking about me. Jaren and Bob from Globebusters and Kelsey and Rose, they've all been talking about me for like 3 days in a row. And so I have tons of content to bring. I'm like overwhelmed by it all. It's overwhelming. And the only thing that it really bothers me is when one of my legitimate subs is like, why are you doing this? So much drama. If did you run out of content or something and this is what you're going to do now? Those type of questions aren't going to fly here if you don't understand that I'm actually busting legitimate bad people who are deceiving people. They're deceiving people and getting them to join a cult of disinformation. And one day when they reveal themselves and possibly Mac Parhar comes back to life and Rob Skiba comes back to life and they all laugh in your face, oh, you might remember that guy who warned you, who was in the cult, who was one of the Flat Earth cult leaders, who realized it and got out and is now warning people not to do what I did. Don't do what I did. Don't go meet Flat Earth shills at conferences. Don't do it. Don't download Flat Earth apps. For the love of God, do not download any Flat Earth app from anyone. Do you understand me? Or if you want to say, fuck you, Jake, I'll do what I want. Okay. Hand over your location and your personal information to David Weiss or some Flat Earth savior of yours. But don't say I didn't warn you. Brandon C says Kelsey was a rollout by Rose. Oh, there's more than meets the eye with Kelsey. Rose didn't just have a bestie that just happened to be Kelsey. This whole fucking story is that it's a story. It's a big act. And if you really go back and watch the video that I posted and you watch it a second time and you really listen to these ladies and look in their eyes, I say ladies, but you know, look in all these people's eyes and listen to what they're saying. It is absolute fucking dog shit, like lies, acting, and bad acting. What you're seeing me doing right now is the opposite. This is real, unscripted. There's no possible way I'm scripting or reading anything in here, right? Right? Yeah. If you're enjoying this, please hit a thumbs up. In fact, let's go ahead and take a quick tokish. I'm getting a little fired up. Got a donation coming in from Frontman, says weed fun. Cheers. Hey, thanks. I have plenty though, so I don't mean to brag. I don't mean to boast, but I have plenty of weed on my breakfast toast. So I appreciate the donation, but I don't need it for weed because I live in California, where we have plenty of this stuff. Working on knocking down this QP right here. And you know what's funny is the shills like to use this as footage to try and discredit me. Look, Jake's bragging about weed. I just think it's funny when they do that. So I do it on purpose now. So I'm not doing this to brag about this, but the shills like to use this footage as stock footage against me. And it actually makes me laugh because it's like I'm causing shills to do all this stupid shit. Like, look, Jake's a drug lord. So I'm actually going to smoke all that eventually. It'll all be smoked. So yeah, there's these two homo shills. I like to call them asleep losers. That's what I like to call them. There's these homo shills, and they like to record every single thing I do and then listen to every single thing I say and try and turn it into something satanic. So, for instance, I bought a weed pipe and I'm smoking out of a weed pipe, and these guys are like, "Look, he's got a PEDO symbol on his pipe," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, dude, I have so many pipes, and like, I can smoke out of any pipe, and I just so happen to be using this one time, and these guys are like, "Oh, look, he's promoting satanic PEDO stuff with this pipe." Okay, I guess I gotta smoke out of this one now so that the homos don't make videos about me. Oh, but that won't stop them from making videos about me. And then they go over to my friend's channel and they try to like incriminate me because my friend likes to talk about crypto and my friend Thomas is goofy. Yeah, my friend Thomas is goofy and he's a completely different dude than me. And they like to try and discredit me by talking about my friend Thomas. Like, and they say that we're on the same team as all the people I'm exposing. And so these shills have been assigned to me and they take everything I say, try and turn it against me somehow. And they try to take every little thing I do and make me look like I'm the bad guy. So it's funny how like I almost have to be like extremely weary of everything I do so that these shills like can't paint me out to be a bad guy. But at the same time, it's like, fuck them. I'm going to be myself and they're not going to stop me because I know I'm not a bad guy. I am a good guy. And these shills are going to lie about me regardless. And in fact, these shills have made up so many lies and I have them caught in their lies that whenever I feel like it, I can make a debunk video that absolutely destroys everything they've said about me. So I'm going to cover up the symbol so that no one thinks I'm trying to promote anything. We're going to hit it. So, if you come across shill shit and they're bad mouthing me, you better believe they're shills. If their whole day is and their whole stream is dedicated to how much of a bad guy Jake the asshole is, you better believe they're bad guys. They've been assigned to me. Here's what's happening. I'm busting shills, like real shills and actors, and so there's a team of shills now assigned to me full time, and their whole deal is to discredit me and try and get you all to turn on me and try and get me to walk away and shut my mouth. That's what's happening. And if you say, Jake, you're losing it, you're on drugs, I'm going to block you and ban you, and I don't give a fuck if that bothers you. So anyone with the Jake, you're losing it routine, I will ditch you because I've proven it. So I'm not losing it. In fact, I'm smarter than ever because I quit drinking, and all I can do is exploit this crack in the matrix. Imagine, if you will, you figure out that you live in the matrix and you find this crack and there's like this computer glitch. Imagine there's a crack in this wall and you see that there's this like computer matrixy glitchy fucking thing happening and you're like, whoa. And then you start to open it up and look inside and you find out that you live in the fake world and there's a real world out there that you're not a part of and you live in this fake world. And so imagine you can exploit this crack in the matrix and figure out the reality of where you live and what's going on. I am exploiting the crack in the matrix known as a flat earth shill. That might not be your favorite subject. Sorry. The whole reason my channel got started is because I thought that the earth is a pancake AE map and I called myself flat earth asshole. That's the whole reason we're even here now. So if you don't like the subject, well, that's how this whole thing fucking started. So you don't know me unless you know this subject. You don't know what's going on unless you know this subject. The Earth is not a spinning ball in outer space. It's not. But it's also not a pizza pie AE map. So I got tricked into that shit, and it changed my life forever. And so now I'm going to try to save as many people as I can from this shit and from the globe at the same time. And there's not a lot of people doing this. It's a sector of the truth that doesn't get a lot of love. Meanwhile, people want to listen to high impact flicks. Let me tell you what Joe Biden said today. But first, let me tell you about the 5 types of collagen you need to stay healthy and buff. Well, hey guys, High Impact Flicks here. So Joe Biden said something that didn't make sense. Truth! Yeah, thanks Brian for that epic truth video. Joe Biden said something that didn't make sense. Hey, you know what? This Rittenhouse thing, it seems a little weird. Yeah, you think that it's maybe a psyop? Duh. There's a reason why I don't talk about Rittenhouse bullshit, is because obvious psyops are boring to me. I prefer making shills scramble like cockroaches while they rewrite their script. Hey man, why don't you talk about like the Rittenhouse? Nah, because it's a psyop, and I don't like to talk about lame ass psyops that a bunch of Trump tards and libtards fall for. Trump tards and libtards fall for these fucking psyops, and it's an obvious psyop, and there's plenty of people you can go to cover why it's a psyop. Right now, I'm the only one focused on exposing this crack in the matrix known as the baby truther show, Jeranism, Kelsey, Rose, Mexican prison, child abduction, fucking weird shill thing happening. And so I think it's way more interesting than anything else. And that's what I kind of want to focus on. I'm not going to focus on it forever. It's not going to be the only topic I cover. I'm going to do tons of topics. This channel always covers lots of topics. You should know by now I don't just talk about one thing. So follow me, please. And if you can't follow, maybe just wait until I start talking about something else. If you can't follow or understand, or if you don't like it. Okay. And hi, Kelsey. Hi, Kelsey. I bet you're watching now. Hi, Kelsey. I'll bet you wish you never fucking opened your mouth. Huh? Remember, Kelsey, when you opened your mouth and you started talking about me? Oh, yeah, I'm going to show everybody. Kelsey wants my nuts. Kelsey wants Jake the asshole so bad. She was so triggered that I called her a thoughty, that I called her a bimbo. I called her a bimbo, and she's so triggered. She decided to bring me up on Jiren's show. She was so badly triggered. She had to bring me up on Jiren's show. Not once, not twice, about 7 or 8 times. She brought me up. And you know one of the funniest things she said? That I'm a 40-year-old virgin. Yeah. Imagine an MTV thotty who's been ran through so many times, a used up whore bag from MTV who's been ran through so many times. She's been pumped full of so many zinc shots by Chads and Tyrones and Enriques. And they've pumped and dumped her so many times. She's on a flat earth game show being pimped out by Jarenism. And she's going to call me a 40-year-old virgin? Like, dude, I could sit here, even though it's not true, and say, yeah, I'm a virgin, and still not look as bad as you, Kelsey. And the thing is, I'm not a virgin. I'm a good looking, well spoken, talented man. I know how to sing. I know how to play bass guitar. I've been in the music scene for many years. Trust me, sweetie. I may have exploited this God given gift once or twice to get myself laid. Maybe once or twice. Okay, Kelsey. So when a woman who's a fucking lying thotty who worked for Satanic MTV on a terrible game show where she admits at the end of the game show where she loses, she gets rejected on the game show and she loses, and she admits to the world in front of millions of people, I would have cheated on him anyway. Huh, I'm glad I didn't win because I would have cheated on him. So basically her kid her kid is going to see this footage of her mom losing a dating contest and then admitting she's a cheating whore. Congratulations, Kelsey. Now, Kelsey, if she was not proud of this, she wouldn't post it on her channel, but she does. So she's proud of this behavior. So Kelsey, not Chelsea, fuck. I mean Kelsey Kerwin. So anytime I accidentally say Chelsea, disregard that. Kelsey Kerwin. So Kelsey has a daughter, supposedly has a daughter, and she doesn't mind this daughter seeing her on MTV saying, "I'm glad I didn't win. I would have cheated on him anyway." What a message to your kid. Imagine seeing your mother saying that she's glad she didn't win the MTV dating show because she's such a whore and she would have cheated anyway. This is the person who I'm up against. So I'm really happy that this lady came along. And let me tell you why. She doesn't know what she's in or what she's really doing. And Jaren and Rose and a team around her are trying to prop her up as a truther. Are you guys following me? Hope you guys are following. I know the hardcores are following. And they're going to be watching this later. So here goes. They're trying to prop up Kelsey as a truther. Kelsey's not a truther. She doesn't have one single truth video. She's never made a single flat earth video or done a single truth video. Nobody's like, "Oh yeah, Kelsey Kerwin. She's the one that proved flat earth," right? She's the one that did that one experiment, or she's the one that went out and did all that flat earth activism. She made all that cool flat earth music. No, nothing. She's never done jack shit. And now she's being propped up as a truther. Here's my thing. You can't just be propped up as a truther by your friend Rose. Okay. You have to prove to me you are a truther. And so they have Kelsey Kerwin from MTV who claims that she spent 17 days in a Mexican jail and she was in Mexico in these prison camps in prison schools basically from age 15 to 17. So she was there for 2 years and somehow spent 17 days in a Mexican jail. And meanwhile, her story is while in the Mexican jail, they gave her rice and beans to eat. And if she was a good girl, they gave her a banana. I'm not making this up. You can watch all of this. You can do your own research. Everything I've said is 100% correct. So she says if she was a good girl, they gave her a banana. And then they would let her outside for 20 minutes a day to sweep dirt. They would let her out to sweep some dirt. So apparently they didn't rape or molest this girl or do anything harmful to her. They just gave her rice and beans and bananas and made her sweep dirt. That's what happens in these Mexican prison jails where 15 to 17-year-olds go. And then when Jaren says, what did you do to end up there? Like, why did your parents send you there? And she goes, well, like, my parents weren't like real. I mean, it's like they weren't really like real parents. So like, they just couldn't handle like me. And like, so like, they just like wanted to like do their own thing. So they sent me there. And meanwhile, people in the comments, when I start to flip out and say, "Dude, what is going on? I'm going to bust this. Holy shit, I'm going to bust this open. I'm going to exploit this. They can't undo this. I can exploit this and prove to everyone they're actors and that this is a show." And there's still people in the comments, "Jake, man, what's with the drama?" It's not drama. I'm busting bad guys, you fucking idiot. So I'm going to assume now everyone in the chat or in comments who says stupid shit is a shill, or you're just too stupid and you don't belong here. Those of you who get it, holy shit. This is a cult and a team of actors, and I've proved it. I literally proved it, and I'm going to prove it like tenfold over and over again, maybe every day. I can systematically personally bring down the entire thing. It would be nice if more people helped me, though. I may be a lone wolf, but I appreciate help. Mass One says, dumbest story ever. Yes, Kelsey's story does not make sense. Here's another thing. I want to point this out. Kelsey comes over to my channel and she's commented like 7 or 8 times and she says weird shit. She tries to like say, "We're going to expose you. We're going to show that video of you yelling at a homeless guy." And I'm like, "Sweetie, you are an MTV actress who's 100% provably like lying and doesn't know jack shit about what you're even talking about. Kelsey, I can ask you a few simple questions and expose you so bad. If I was ever to have a one on one conversation with Kelsey on camera, I would literally melt her mind. I'm the smartest person Kelsey has ever seen in her life. And she's in love with me and she's going to be destroyed by me. That's what's going to happen. Kelsey realizes I am the smartest person she has ever fucking came in contact with, and she has a team of morons around her trying to coddle her and protect her. But I'm going to focus in on the weak link, and the weak link is Kelsey Kerwin. The weakest link of the group is Kelsey Kerwin. She is the weakest shill I have ever seen, and I'm going to personally break her down until she fucking has a mental breakdown. She will never escape this. Chelsea, sweetie, how how does the sun work in your flat earth? You're a truther, right, Kelsey? Please explain to us in a video how the flat earth works in your own words. Please explain to us what brought you to the flat earth. And don't just say Rose. Give us your entire flat earth awakening in detail. Please tell us something that you have done for the truth. Tell us something truthful. Last time I went to your channel, you posted a video showing us how to fix a car door. Yeah, if you want to do your own research, you can find Kelsey Kerwin fixing a car door. Meanwhile, in the comments section, you find Jaren's subscribers simping. Oh, you're so beautiful. I would fix your car door anytime. Yeah, you can go do your own research and find every single thing I've said here absolutely 100% correct. Jake, why are you spending the time on these guys? Because it's important to me. If it's not important to you, go watch Richie from Boston or High Impact Flicks or RV Truth or whoever the fuck you think you need to see. Jake, why don't you cover this? What do you want me to say? It's bad. Don't get it. We covered that many times. Jake, why don't you talk about this? It's fake. It's not real. Here it is on my shirt. Do you understand that shills don't say this? Shills don't do this? Shills don't do this. If I read that, I might just violate some sort of term. So I can't even read that. I can read, but I can't read it for you. Otherwise, I might have the channel. Beep. Yeah. So, yeah. So let's not act like I don't cover other subjects or have never covered other subjects. I have. Let's not act like I've ran out of material. I'm exploiting that all these people are shills and actors, and there's way more shills and actors than you could ever believe. And a lot of you are still like, I'm not sure about Eric Dubé. They're all fucking shills, dude. Duh. Durr. Go back and watch what I have proven for you. I'm doing this for you and for myself at the same time. And if you don't appreciate it, I don't know what to tell you. Yep. Thank you, Mass One, for getting rid of anybody talking shit. There's people who are assigned to me, and their job is to do this: say the exact opposite of whatever I say. If I say Eric Dubé's a shill, they say no, he's not. He's the whole reason that flat Earth started. If I say the AE map is wrong, they say no, it's not. You just need to do more research. I've heard every goddamn excuse in the book. You got Jiren telling people we live inside of a fucking coffee cup because of what I just did. He's like, you guys, you can debunk the AE, or you can't debunk AE map. It works like a coffee cup caustic. Jake doesn't realize that you just can use a coffee cup caustic. So Jiren wants to tell you that you live inside of a coffee cup. That's how he explains away me debunking the AE map. He tells his audience that they live inside of a coffee cup, and his audience is so stupid they believe him and praise him. If you're one of those people who were tricked by him in the past, don't feel bad. I was one of them. I fell for it too. So everything I'm talking about happened to me. I was duped. I'm trying to help people from being duped as badly as I was. so that you don't get yourself in a situation where you're creating flat Earth content about the AE map and hanging out with these people. I would hope you don't get that far in, because that's how far in I got, creating flat Earth content about the AE map and hanging out with these people. Yeah, that's how far in I got to this shit. That's why I know more info than your average person does about this particular thing. So that's why I'm not the guy to go to for mud flood tardia. If you want mud flood tardia, you're going to have to go to whoever your mud flood tardia guy is. I don't have time. Jeranism did a 3-hour stream about me. I can literally like find all his arguments and line them up and destroy every one of them systematically. The problem is there's going to be this backlash and people are going to be like, I don't like when you do this. I don't care anymore. And if I get bothered enough, I just may make the comments go away forever because I have that choice. I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope it doesn't. So, there you have it. More questions. RT says, I used to be totally behind Jeranism, even told him I would always have his back during RV attacks, but then he shit the bed, the BTS episode 29, and said, I'm embarrassed of that. Yeah, he shit the bed before then. He was on that Behind the Curve documentary, and that right there is the sin of all sins in the truth community. Jake says I'm an actor just because I have an IMDb page and I was in a hit piece documentary and failed a flat Earth experiment in front of millions of people. That doesn't make me an actor, dude. Convincing actor. Nice performance. Jake thinks I'm an actor because I was in a flat Earth hit piece documentary where I failed a flat Earth experiment in front of tens of millions of people who laughed at me. Huh. Yep. That's why I think you're an actor. You were in the Behind the Curve documentary and failed the flat Earth experiment in front of millions of people. And then when I type in Jaron Campanella, the first thing that comes up is your acting credentials. That don't happen when you look me up, and I've never been in any of those hit pieces. So there you go. And I was never at any of the controlled conferences that you did. My flat Earth gatherings were put on by me. And so any shills who ever showed up to my flat Earth gatherings, I couldn't control that. And at the time, I didn't know they were shills. So sometimes people like to say, Jake, I have an old picture of you from 2017 where you were hanging out with Nathan Thompson. Yeah, before he was in Behind the Curve documentary and all the hit pieces, and he showed up to my flat Earth gathering, and I had never met him. I met him once before he did all that shilly shit while I was in the cult thinking the AE map was correct. Yeah, I did meet him once. Duh. Have I talked to him since then in person or hung out with him since then? No. Excuse me, I actually met him twice because he showed up to two of my flat Earth gatherings, which is extra sketchy. That they were in different states. He showed up in Texas and he showed up in Denver. The Denver one was the sketchiest one because Bob from Glowbusters showed up and ODD showed up to that one. And so people will say, oh, you hung out with these shills. Dude, I chose a bar in Denver, a dog bar, so that Rusty could come with me. And I chose a time, and Bob from Glowbusters and ODD showed up. I didn't say, hey, Bob, please come to my flat Earth gathering. ODD, home dog, you better be there. No, I was like, here's where I'm going to be at this time. I put it up on my channel. I'm going to be at Denver at this dog bar. If you want to come meet me, it's going to be a flat Earth gathering, free of charge. Come out and hang out. My flat Earth gatherings that I put on were free of charge and no tickets, nothing. I didn't sell anything. It was literally me picking out a bar that allowed dogs. So all the places I picked out were places that allowed dogs because I had Rusty. And so people who showed up who were shilly to my events, I couldn't control that. And so, yeah, there were agents who showed up and shills who showed up to my flat Earth gatherings. Why wouldn't they? It's a controlled cult and a rollout. Of course, shills were going to show up to keep an eye on me, make sure that I'm not doing anything outside of their cult parameters, making sure I'm being a good little cult member. So, yes, shills showed up to my flat Earth gatherings that I put on. And so there's other shills who like to call me a shill because I used to hang out with fucking shills. Yeah, as I told you, I was in a cult. I didn't know these people were actors. I got duped. That's the whole reason I'm so focused and fired up and I have so much motivation is because I got duped and I was in a cult and I thought these people were my friends. Do you understand? I hope so. Okay, I'm gonna get off here soon. It's been about 2 hours. Uh, it's Clovina says, Jake, is it okay if I print some of your t-shirts? Well, I'd hope you'd buy some from me at least and support me on that. But if you want to like straight rip off my t-shirt, I don't have a patent on any of my stuff. So, if you just want to straight rip me off, you can do that. But I can't stop you from doing that. But you can buy it when I post the link for you, maybe tomorrow or the next day. They took it down off. I had it on Teespring, and Teespring was like, "No, we are not going to let you do that." So so I have to go put it on one of the other sites and get you and go do the link, and I haven't done that yet. So yeah, Teespring only lets me sell like shirts that don't have stuff like this on it. if you try to sell that on Teespring, they get mad at you. The minute someone buys one and it goes to the printer, somebody's like, "We no, we can't let people have this." But yeah, if you wanna rip off or you can take the design and put your own words to it and make up your own design. That's cool too. See, the cool thing is you can go to these t-shirt sites and just make your own custom t-shirt with your own truth message and be your own man. That way you don't have to use the exact one I use. So it's food for thought. All right. Scott Gorup says, "Great content." Oh, I have links to my shirts below. Not this particular one right now, but I have links to my shirts down below. So if you go down below, if you want to get some classic, uh, where is it at? Here's a classic one right here. If you want one of these, proud to be. I'm proud to be C-word free. So, baby, you can have sex with me, cause I'm proud to be C-word free. All right, so you can get that one still. That lets it. This almost lets people know that you got triple jabbed. Like everyone will think if you wore this that you must be triple jabbed. uh, If you want to disguise yourself as a sheep, all you have to do is put, "I got my booster today," and then you'll totally disguise yourself as a sheep. But I wouldn't feel right about selling sheep shirts. And of course, the classic, the one that started it all, the best shirt that ever existed. Ah, yes. How many people have one of these? I do. I do. I do. Whoop. To have this on your chest is like having the original Mona Lisa uh, in your bathroom while you're taking a shit. Whatever that means. Yes. There you go. So if any of you guys want the classic, that one is still available. It never goes out of style. This shirt never goes out of style. It looks good year round. It's always an amazing thing. And you will have some funny looks and some funny conversations with people if you wear that. I can promise you. All right. And then there's always someone who tries to be like, he's selling stuff. That's how you know he's a shill. Hey, I don't sell you any food products. I sell you stuff that if you want it, you can get it. But if you don't, you don't have to. But come on. Here's the thing about a shirt. Are you wearing a shirt right now? Most of you guys are probably wearing clothes. Are you wearing clothes? What do your clothes say? Are you presenting the truth on your clothes? Where did you buy your clothes? Did you go to Walmart and buy your clothes? Did you go to Target and buy your clothes? I'll bet you went to a department store and bought your clothes. Not judging. I'll bet you didn't sit there and sew your own clothes. I'll bet you're wearing clothes that has a name brand that you bought somewhere. So let's not pretend I'm a bad guy for putting my own design on a shirt, because I've had people try and discredit me and be like, he sells a shirt. That means he's making money on the truth. Dude, if you want the shirt, you can buy it. If you don't want it, you don't have to buy it. Well, Jake, the truth should be free. Are you saying that you think this should be free? That's impossible. This can't be free because somebody has to make it and ship it to you. So are you saying you want me to personally make and buy one and ship it to you for free? That costs me money? That would be impossible for me to give away one of these to everybody. Do you understand? But there's always this one person. You make money off the truth? How dare you? Don't buy it if you don't like it. I think it's cool. And then I like to ask questions. Well, what are you wearing right now? Uh, a shirt? Where's your shirt from? Uh, Target? What does it say? Nothing. Exactly. Your shirt says nothing. Did you buy it? Did you pay somebody money? You bought a shirt with money? How dare you? Oh, but if I try and sell this one, it's because I'm making money off the truth. Heard it before. Heard it before. Yeah. And there's always somebody who's just like butthurt about anything I do. Don't care. Your problem. Jake, this is not one of my favorite. Don't care. Jake, don't care. Support me or get lost. That's what we do around here. Uh, with that said, I want to thank each and every one of you who's been here today from the bottom of my heart. I hope I cleared up some questions. I couldn't get to everyone's questions. Can't stop myself from ranting sometimes, but I hope I answered enough questions. I just might come back and do a second stream tonight if I'm feeling saucy. I don't know. So this might be the end for today, or I might come back and do another stream. Who knows? But for right now, I'm going to go get something to eat, take my dog out, and try and not be in front of a computer screen for a while. So, hopefully you guys go back and watch anything that you might have missed. Go back and do your some research into anything I've talked about that might be confusing. It's all there for you. I explain it all. Please follow along. Otherwise, you will probably get confused. And if you don't like it, sorry. I have to do this for me. And I'm doing it also for you, whether you understand it or not. So, till next time, Jake the asshole, flat earth asshole, Jake Gibson, the guy that yelled at that guy in front of 7-Eleven, says, have a nice day, have a nice night, see you next time. Maybe later today, maybe tomorrow, maybe never, but probably soon. Bye.